¿Qué onda, raza? Aquí estamos con el
tacuache mayor.
El tacuache mayor. El king tacuache.
El tacuache mayor.
¿Listo? Okay. What's going on, Faded Culture? I'm Adrian and Barron. We're back with another tutorial. We got my man Fernando here on the chair. Today we're going to be giving him a 3 with the south side fade. I hope y'all enjoy these steps, and let's jump right into this tutorial.
Alright, so like I mentioned earlier, we're going to start with the number 3 on top. Make sure you run that in every direction so we don't have no stranglers sticking out. And just a quick warning, guys, if you're 5'8" or under, you're probably going to have to be in this position for most of the haircut. So our first guideline is going to start from the side up to the crown area, and we're going to connect that. And this is a south side fade, guys, originated here in Texas, so that's why many of y'all probably haven't even seen this haircut. Start from the other side in that same corner position and just connect it to the top. This is what the guideline looks from above. Now with no guard still, we're going to fully open that lever and create our second guideline. We're going to take that up about an inch or so, and just make sure you run that parallel to the guideline underneath. Just make sure you are brushing in the direction of the grain to clear out the path. Now with our number 1 guard lever still open, we're going to create our third guideline, taking that up about an inch or so. Right here, just cutting against the grain just to make sure I get that consistent guideline. Now with my number 2 guard lever still open, we're gonna finish cleaning out the top. This shouldn't make another guideline. This should just blend into that number 3. Alright, so we got our first guideline that we created with the lever closed, second with the lever open, and third with the number 1 guard lever open. We're gonna start with that top one, working our way down with the 1.5 guard in that 3/4 position. And the reason I say 3/4, it's because it's right in between fully open and halfway. If you've seen our videos, you know we always start with the lever open, cleaning out the canvas, setting it up, and when we work our way down, we keep the lever in that 3/4 position. Tying it together right here, cutting with the grain, but I'm still kind of giving it that scoop motion, as you can see. Now with my half guard lever still in that 3/4 position, we're going to attack the second line coming down, using mainly the corners of my clipper as usual when we work our way down. This half guard might create a soft faint line right above it, but just make sure not to go any higher. Right now with our 1 guard lever still in that 3/4 position, we're going to touch up any line or darkness that half guard created. And finally, for that last line, we're going to start with the lever closed, open it halfway, and then fully open. And I'm going to take each of those notches just up slightly. And when it comes to this last line, I always work in smaller sections just so we can really pay attention to details. My lever is now halfway, taking that up just a bit using mainly the corners. and finally fully open. And yes, my clippers and trimmers are zero gap. How do y'all usually work? Do y'all usually zero gap y'all's clippers? Now we're gonna focus on the left section of the hair, again starting with the lever closed, taking it up just a bit using the corners of the clipper. Now lever halfway. And finally fully open. Now working on the top side of the head, and like I said, if you're about 5'8" and under, this is where your ballerina toes come into play, and you're gonna have to get up there or recline the chair a bit. Now using my half guard with the lever open, I always go back and do any touch-up work, any dark spots or faint lines that I see, and this is going to vary from client to client. Usually some clients have dips or scars, and this is where we come in and do any touch-up work. Finally putting my trimmer in this position just to help me disconnect from that hair into the fade, which is going to help me blend in that shaver. I always remove the beard line at about mid-ear. And you can really see that disconnection line, guys. That way I know exactly how high up to take my shaver. Make sure you are stretching the skin where needed and continue shaving. And as we approach that faint line on the top, I turn my shaver around and use it as if it was a clipper and still kind of give it that slight scoop motion just to make sure we don't create another line on top of that. We're pretty much done with the fade. Now for the edge up, as usual, we're going to start in the middle and work our way to each side. Constantly brushing the hair down to make sure we get every single piece. As for the beard, I'm going to start with the one guard lever open and then close it, and then no guard lever open and then close the lever halfway, and finally close it all the way. Applying a little bit of shave gel so we don't irritate his skin. And as usual, I begin my shaving with the grain and then come against the grain, and as always using my finger or thumb to help stretch out that skin just to ensure we get a smooth shave. And something that you can't see obviously when I'm recording is I'm constantly stepping back to see the haircut as a whole, because sometimes you get caught up in these details and you really don't see the direction that you're going in, either with the beard or the edge up. On top of stretching the skin out yourself with the mustache, make sure your client is pulling his lip in. And I always come in with my electric shaver to finish off those mustache hairs, just to ensure a deeper shave. And this is where having white walls really helps, is I step back and look at the beard just to get rid of any stranglers and give it some shape. Adding a little bit of pomade, and I always run the last of the pomade through the beard just to help smooth it out. Some semi-permanent hair dye, link is in the description if y'all want to check it out. In case y'all forgot, this was the before. And finally, a 3 on top with the south side fade. Let us know down below what y'all think of this haircut, guys. As always, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Till next time, guys, peace.